Hey everybody, welcome back to Blue Collar Whiskey Drinkers. I'm Robbie.
And I'm Cody.
Tonight we are doing a special, sort of semi-special episode. This is going to be our first Scotch that we're reviewing on our podcast. And this whiskey, we are doing the Glenlivet, 12 years of age, single malt Scotch whiskey, double oak. Right there, that's what it looks like. Has that teal label. So we wanted to kick it off. We really love the double oak bourbons. We're like, you know what? Let's try the Scotch. Yeah. And part of the reason why we're doing it, we wanted to get in our versus episodes right now, but we realized at the end of the last episode this is the last page for our whiskey review book that we got starting out. There's whiskeys in here that we haven't even, released those episodes, and we'll probably just re-review those. But this book kind of started us out. We're not going to be doing the book after this. We're going to have our Google Drive and just update it all on there and put all the numbers in. So it's kind of a special, farewell to the booklet and, kicking off a new chapter to our podcast, so to speak. We will do more Scotches, but Cody and I have been talking. We really want to get back into the versus episodes, do some American whiskeys, things like that.
Some more rise.
Yeah, we want to get more rise.
And then we'll get back to the bourbon kick. But
bourbon's going to just be kind of back burner for a little while.
Yeah.
Not too long, though. We'll definitely do another, probably a couple before the end of the year, I imagine. So.
I've always loved Scotch.
Yes.
I mean, it's definitely a different vibe. It's more tour pretty much for the most part, I would say. Yeah. I took a trip to Scotland and did a tour, a Scottish distillery. Yeah, we went into the biggest vault of Scotch in the world when we were there, and they had Scotches in there that were so old that the bottle was never opened, but they've evaporated pretty much the whole bottle. Was gone because it's just been sitting and no one ever opened it. So that was crazy to see that they had so many whiskeys that age, but Scotches actually. So yeah, it's exciting, man. We I remember when I brought you these booklets because when we came out to your house in November when we recorded our first podcast and a Legion episode, I brought you these booklets. They're a simple little booklet that we just enjoyed writing our notes and everything on. Pretty cool. But yeah, now we're doing it on the Google Drive. Got a whole thing set up, and it's the last page, so we figured we'd do a Scotch to cap it out. But 12 years. Yeah. Obviously, this is age 12 years. It's 40% alcohol. So a lot of Scotches are kind of lower proof. Like I see a lot of them being like 40, 43.
45, maybe.
Pretty low. But, this one was cool because we both had like the Glenlivet before, but not this one.
Yeah.
And the double oaked kind of caught our eye, so we were like, oh, let's give this a shot. So really not too much else about the bottle. It's really light. It's pretty light color. It's not super dark, as you can kind of see here. Like if you look at it through the light, it's pretty, I don't know, what would you say, like a so what do you think about the color here, Robbie? It's kind of like a light, very light caramel.
Yeah, definitely has that goldish to it.
Goldish.
That's one of the things that they point out on the website. It says for the color, it's bright, vibrant gold.
Mm-hmm.
I would just say definitely like a goldish caramely color. You know those little caramel candies?
Yeah.
It kind of has that similar look to it.
So one other thing, they were established in 1824.
Yeah.
So, been around for a long time. One other thing. When me and Robbie first popped this bottle open.
Oh yeah.
The like amount of pressure or whatever.
It was like a freaking champagne.
It was like boom, and like I literally had whiskey splatter on my face because it was like just so much, I don't know, pressure built up in this thing. But anyways, I thought that was kind of different.
Yeah, no.
What we normally get in the whiskey or bourbon or.
Oh yeah. Well, I was popping it off, and I just had the two fingers on it like this, and I popped it, and it literally shot through the fingers, hit my palm, and I was like, "What the hell?" It was a lot of pressure. I was like, "Damn."
It was pretty cool.
Glenlivet, what do you think about the bottle? I was just kind of looking at it. I think really the only thing for me that stands out is that little like coin thing right in the middle. I really like that. And,
that's pretty cool.
The bottle's pretty generic as far as it looks like almost every other Scotch bottle out there.
I mean, most Scotches are this shape.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much the most.
It's pretty basic.
Yeah.
I was going to say, honestly, probably about a 3.4, 3.3 right in there. And the only reason why even that high is the pretty cool 1824 coin, just dead center here. So
yeah, I would agree. Probably something like that. 3.3.
I would just say it's a very middle of the road. It's not going to be one that's really going to catch your eye, but you may be looking and it'll stop you for a second.
Yeah, I mean, in comparison to other Scotches, it might go up a little bit. But
yeah. So, all right. So I'm going to kind of go over the flavors and everything, and a little bit more about the whiskey. So the cask is European and American oak. Flavor is delicately balanced with strong pineapple notes, so that's very interesting. This is probably our first whiskey with pineapple notes. Finish is long, creamy, smooth. Nose is fruity and summery, so perfect for drinking in the middle of summer. So it'll be hopefully a good one. And palate well balanced and fruity with strong pineapple notes again. So I'm going to read a little bit about it on their website here. It says, this whiskey has been called a lot of things in its time: smooth, fruity, complex, sophisticated, entertaining, classic. The original Malt Whisky Almanac says a first-class malt, one of the most popular malts in the world, deservedly so. Representing the Glenlivet's signature style, this classic malt is the first matured in traditional oak before spending time in American oak cask, which in part notes a vanilla and gives the whiskey its distinctive smoothness. The mineral-rich water that comes from Josie's well helps form the flavors during mashing and fermentation, while less the specific height and width of the copper still add a delicate yet complex character. So
cool.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So pretty cool that it's, I would say, well, let me go back to it. This is a classic malt, is first matured in traditional oak before spending time in American oak. So I don't know, that kind of sticks out to me that, obviously double oaked means, double oaked, but fact that it is European oak mixed with American oak, we're going to get we may find some hints or notes that may be similar to a bourbon whiskey that we sip on. So
yeah, maybe.
I'm not expecting it, but I'm just saying we may come across that since it's been majority of its time in American oak. So
Yeah, man, that's kind of cool too. I like that it's double oaked and, like you said, partially aged in American oak. That's cool. Well, you ready to pour a little bit of this? Okay.
So I went ahead and poured right before the episode, guys. Right here. Went ahead and took pictures for the gram. So it does have that fruity smell.
Oh yeah.
Very, like, honestly, it doesn't smell like a Scotch.
Oh yeah, it does. Got that single malt smell, that barley. But yeah, it's got that fruit, that almost like, God, I almost get a grapefruit, but maybe it's that pineapple.
Yeah, I'm just getting a lot of fruit, like a fruity smell. I'm not picking up much on the Scotch at all.
A little bit of the oak, a little bit of the
definitely
Scotch.
oaky.
So, all right, man.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh wow.
Interesting. Kind of a lot going on there for some low proof. What do you got?
Wow. I did not expect that warmness sensation there. I really didn't.
Yeah, it kind of smacks you right there.
Like, it's not instant either. Like, I drank it and it was fine, and it just kind of went down.
Gotcha.
It started here, but then it kind of went back up. I was like, wow, it's warm.
Yeah, I just got that too.
It's definitely smooth. Just surprising as far as the warmness to it.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that second kick to come in.
Yeah.
Like it went down like smooth, and then it was like a little warm, and then it went down, and then like all of a sudden it got like back hot, came back up a little, and then back down. Interesting.
I'm definitely getting like a fruity taste, but I'm not pinpointing any pineapple yet. I don't know. So.
No. I don't know if I was going to do that just yet, because I haven't really gotten too much of a flavor profile on this.
Water droplets definitely opened it up, that's for sure.
All right.
Yeah, so for the neat before the water droplets, I would definitely, you're getting a fruity, I can't pinpoint the fruit, has a little bit of oakiness to it. I will say this, that first sip really just kind of took me by surprise. It was so smooth hitting my tongue and even my first swallow, but then as soon as it got in like my mid chest, it shot back up.
Kind of stuck there and then shot up.
Yeah, and it was just so warm. I was like, holy crap. But the second two sips were definitely, it helped smooth out that warmness for me. But still, I'm really just getting a little fruity with slight oak. But that's about it on the flavor profile. It is good, just different. I didn't expect that at all. So.
Man, it's so different from whiskeys, like bourbons.
Oh, wow. Do you have the water droplets?
Yeah.
That's like freaking water.
Yeah, it's
I'm
better.
not getting that warmness at all anymore. Obviously, it burned me out, but
I think this might be good on the rocks.
yeah, I don't drink my scotch on the rocks ever really. So it's going to be interesting. I definitely got to agree with the finish here. I was just looking at that again. The finish says long, creamy, and smooth. It is a smooth whiskey after the first couple. After I would say definitely the first sip, but it is long. It sits there for a while.
Yeah.
So good smell though.
Yeah. But, you know, it's been a while since I've had like a really good scotch. I got a 18-year Highlander Park sitting up there. Shit, it might be a 20-year actually.
Yeah, I've had quite a few scotch recently, so.
And then I have an 18-year Glenlivet. So good.
Yeah.
That one's really good.
Definitely, I would say the next scotch that we got to do is that Delmore with the elk on the front. That one's so good. It's probably my favorite scotch.
Yeah, that one's good.
And I've had like Joe, guy help out around this house, do landscaping for and everything.
Yeah.
Good buddy of mine. Like we'll go in when I'm done working, like Wednesday or Thursday, and yeah, it's freaking scotch galore. Like his pantry's a walk-in pantry, probably the half the size of this room, and it's pretty much nothing but just whiskey and scotch. So he'll pull off something and like, have you had this one? I'm like, nope. And it's always good. Some of the best ones like Belvini. There was one he just poured the other day that was just phenomenal. I can't remember. That's the thing with scotch. It's hard for me with the names sometimes. And I also get them mixed up, like Glenfiddich and Glenlivet. I've always gotten mixed up.
Yeah, I used to do that too.
Oh, Delwinnie. I think it was Delwinnie. Is it? Maybe. I don't know. Either way, really good. He gets the expensive shit though. Like,
yeah.
I think the cheapest bottle he has probably there's like $60. So
it's crazy.
Oh, did we go over the price? Almost
no,
category.
Yeah, so no, we didn't. Price is about $40, give or take. It could be cheaper. But,
yeah.
We estimate between 35 and 40.
Yeah.
Depending on where you're at. For the 750 milliliter bottle. So they sell it in every size. So
yeah, they have the big one. So
they have the liter, they have the handle, they have the small 375 milliliter too.
Yeah.
And then this one.
So this will be again our first scotch, and it will be in the 3.2 category.
Yep.
With that, so yeah, probably going to be the most popular category for scotch. I'm willing to bet. So.
A lot of scotches are more like 50 to 60.
Yeah, it'd probably be more like the 4.2 range. So 4.2, yeah. 4.3. But yeah. All righty.
What do you think here, buddy? Yeah, I'm ready for you. Give me a review.
It's good, but definitely not the best I've had. So I kind of went 3.5. So,
yeah.
I don't know if I'm low or high. So.
No, I gave it a 3.6.
Okay.
But that was my real high.
All right.
I'd be good with 3.5 or lower. So.
Yeah, I think 3.5. It's a good middle of the road, almost a little bit, slightly above whiskey or Scotch.
Yeah.
I am curious. So you guys know we are reviewing it, or neat, rocks, old fashioned, and then we're doing a specialty cocktail with the Scotch, and it's called the Glenlivet Royale, and I think it's going to be good. It's fresh squeezed lemon with the Scotch, some champagne,
Honey water.
Honey water, and you garnish with a lemon wedge, or not wedge, but twist.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. I think it'd be good. This may actually blend well with that. I think the only thing I'm really nervous about this one with is old fashioned, but they did say on the website this is one of the ways they recommend this whiskey is in an old fashioned. So.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I definitely don't think we're going to come back and review it with Coke. I do not see this Scotch being, or any Scotch really being good with Coke. So.
I might do it. I might do it tonight.
Oh, while we're talking about Coke, did you write down your Coke score for Accent Oak?
I didn't, but I remember it. I gave it I think I gave it like a 4.2. I think. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was actually decent.
I think you and I actually agreed on that. Because we talked about it that same night, and it was pretty good. Actually, yeah. I think I had another glass of it this week with Coke. I would say worth it, even though it's a $50 bottle. Definitely go try it out. It's not the greatest whiskey. It's definitely not a Legion in Coke, but it's pretty good. Probably one of the better.
It's solid.
Probably one of the better ryes with Coke, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do it
every time.
Exactly. I mean, I think we enjoyed this one in the old fashioned more, but if you're in a pinch and you just want to make a quick whiskey Coke, it's really good for $50. And it's funny, I actually got the pricing wrong when me and Robbie were talking about like what I got it for. They actually are selling Accent Oak Rye at Costco. I picked it up for $38.99. I thought it was $49. Well, that's what I said on the podcast, but I was actually wrong. It was $38, and I can't believe I got it for that price. Like, to think about it now, it's like,
no, that's a great price. Which,
like, holy crap, that's so good. Like, I would buy a multiple if I can. For at that price.
They do have it at Sam's Club, so I will be going down there here in the next couple of weeks. The one in Fayetteville, anyway, and I really, I'm pretty sure I remember even seeing the bourbon one.
Dude, if you could get the bourbon one, that'd be great.
I almost got it today. I almost pulled the trigger, but I was like, I really want to review it and I don't want to drink it all. So I went with Legion because I'm like, I'm going to feel okay drinking all of this. We've already reviewed it. Everybody knows about Legion.
So you bought another Legion?
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Oh man, how was that?
Good. I made Colin and I old fashions tonight after dinner.
Oh man.
Gosh, he said it was my best old fashioned, but I felt like I put a couple dashes too much on the bitters.
Hold on. Colin said that was your best old fashioned?
Yeah.
Damn, that must have been good.
It was good, but I don't know. I'm like critical on my old fashions now. Like I'm finding things that I don't like for some reason more than things I like. And I was like, I sipped it. I was like, oh yeah, that's good. But then immediately I was like, I think I put slightly too much bitters. And the only reason why I did that was I had the lights off. That way it wasn't glaring the TV. We started that, or we watched that movie, The Gray Man, on Netflix with Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans. Pretty good. Anyways, and just because it was dark, I couldn't really see the droplets. I was trying to look for the ripples, but I think I did slightly too much.
It's easy to do with the
stupid droplets. I want to get just the measuring. I feel like that'd be so much better.
You gotta get I got the Woodford one.
Yeah.
If you do get it, I have that one, so we can do it.
Okay. Alrighty, guys and gals. You know what? 3.5. Not a strong start, but this is our first Scotch. Keep that in mind. I know this for a fact. There's plenty of great Scotches out there. I love drinking Scotch. It's definitely one of my go-tos if I'm gonna even break my. I don't drink during the week, but if I'm gonna break it, I'll probably pour a Scotch and just nice and neat with water droplets. I don't know why, but it's just one of those drinks I enjoy just sipping on. And yeah, so we're gonna go make this. We're gonna actually just do on the rocks next, and we'll be right back.
Hey everybody, we're back with our Scotch on ice, the Glenlivet double oaked, 12 years. So we're gonna cheers, Robbie. Cheers. Okay.
A lot of the Scotch came, like the Scotch really came through, which is surprising.
Yeah, it has a nice peaty end. Like you get that.
Dude, the smell is amazing. We didn't even talk about the smell.
Oh yeah, the smell's better. Smells better than that. Shit, this is an ice whiskey. This is a whiskey. This is a Scotch on ice.
Wow. Okay, I did not expect that, everybody. I really thought going into this, the rocks were going to make it worse. Wow.
This is actually one I actually called.
Yeah, no, you did.
Surprisingly. Not bad. It brings out a lot more flavor. That peaty comes out.
Yes, it's definitely that Scotch really comes through now. Which something I was pointing out to Cody right before we came back, everybody. This does chew up the ice.
Yeah, my
cube is gone down so much. Like I waited on Cody just a minute or so, a couple minutes, and it just was eating it up. So
yeah, and but I really enjoy the on the rocks here.
I do too. I definitely think this is, if I'm going to pour it just quick, this is going to be the way I pour it. Surprising.
In this heat.
I did not expect it though. I've had Scotch on the rocks before, and a lot of them aren't good at all.
Yeah,
it ruins the Scotch, and I love
I've had a couple of good ones for sure.
Okay,
but I definitely had some bad ones.
And I don't do Scotch on the rocks. I think this is probably the fifth Scotch I've had on the rocks, and definitely all the other four great Scotches, just not on the rocks.
Well, I want to be quick to review this thing, but
yeah, go for it.
I can already say that it's I would probably give it at least a 3.8.
Yeah, see, I even bumped it up to a 4. I think it's that much better. So.
All right. Well, 3.9 then.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a good score, man.
Yeah, no,
that's a huge difference, bro. Yeah. I mean, as far as
honestly, I think the ice may have just helped calm it down, and it
did
some of the flavors.
It definitely helped calm it down, and it definitely released that Scotch vibe, that little bit of peaty. I almost get a little coffee, kind of like finish at the end there. I
definitely has that. Yeah, no,
I think that's just a single malt barley, but
yeah, I think it's that barley coming through, but it is definitely. I get what you're saying there on the finish. Yeah, no, this is good. So you guys know, Cody's gonna go wrap the gift. So that's why we're kind of going through this right now. So.
Yeah, we're going through this. Kelsey's coming home. She's it's her birthday in about 2 hours.
Yeah,
so we're gonna do a little quick review here, but she's here because I have a camera gate, and I can hear it going off. So
okay,
we will be back.
Right back with our old fashioned. All right, everybody, we're back. We got our Scotch and old fashioned. This is the Glenlivet double oak. So yeah, cheers.
Cheers, bro.
That was a very good smell. Okay.
Very light. Get a little peaty at the end. Touch.
Pleasantly, I'm surprised. I don't know why, but after the neat, I just thought On the Rocks was gonna not be that good, and then
you get the smoky undertones in this at the end, right? You like kind of dabble your tongue a little. I mean, good.
Honestly, I like it.
This is light.
Yeah,
it's a light.
It's a good, honestly, great for summertime.
Yeah.
A lot of honestly, a lot of good flavors come through on this.
Yeah, not bad. And just so everyone knows, I waited a little longer, so mine's been sitting here a little bit, but it's not too it's not watered down or anything. It's because I got it really nice and chilled. So the ice didn't even melt much since I've been sitting here. So it's really good. But light, it's a good summer drink on this.
Something I was thinking about. Did I send you this? It's that little, they call it like the square cake. Okay, I gotta send it to you. It's portable. Like you could mix up, say, a batch of old fashioned, like a big batch, and just pour it in there. You have little CO2 containers to help keep it that freshness to it.
Okay.
And it's a little keg, and you pour it. Dude, honestly, this one would be a great one out by the pool or golfing, or just if you're wanting a cocktail outside during a hot day, this wouldn't be bad. Like I would drink this. So
yeah, definitely not bad. I mean, if you're used to like a normal bourbon or rye, old fashioned, this is more. You get definitely more of those peaty.
Yes.
A little bit of the smoky undertones at the very end.
Yeah.
To this, which are kind of nice. They're not too strong to where it's not a summer drink, but they're mild enough to where you get a little bit of it, but it's not too much.
Yeah, no, I think that's my exact thoughts on this old fashioned. Very good. Anyways, that square cake. I really want to get one. I think it'd be fucking perfect, even just not for this cocktail, but other cocktails we make, other old fashions. Fuck, I haven't honestly. I would go buy a full bottle of Legion and make a huge old-fashioned mix or whatever, and just pour it in there and just let it, keep it in the fridge. That way I could just go in there and pour a little bit. Oh, it'd be perfect.
For sure.
And honestly, I would save my, money, because say if I want to go buy pre-made old-fashioned, like the High West or even the Bullet, might as well just go buy the, Legion or even Russell 10-year and make a big batch on my own.
Yeah.
And I think that would be the best way to go.
It's funny. I was talking to Ben today. Ben's in town. And so this is our cousin. He was on our podcast a few episodes ago for the Horse Soldier review. But he's in town right now. He was like, man, I was telling him about Legion. I was like, dude, because he's been on a rum kick.
Yeah.
And been doing like rum and whiskey or rum and Coke. It's like I think 1888 is the rum he's been drinking lately. It's like a $50 rum, which for rum it's pretty pricey. Pretty pricey. I was like, damn, dude, you're buying some expensive rum mixing with Coke.
Yeah, no shit.
And he's like, yeah, but it's so good. So I haven't had it yet. I'll try it. But I was like, bro, you know how we used to drink like Crown and Coke all the time? It was really like great. I was like, Legion is like far superior to that. So for $36, you might want to switch.
Oh yeah.
Funny enough, though, when we looked it up, Total Wine and More for Legion over in Arizona, guess the price difference.
What, like $46?
So over there, it was $44.
Jesus.
$44.99.
Jesus.
Guess how much it is here?
What, $34.99?
$36.99. So I mean, it's only like a $10 difference, give or take.
Yeah, no, I got mine today, $35.99.
Fuck, that's amazing, dude. That's an amazing price. Like,
yeah. So the other stores, I think they're $36.99 or $37.99 here.
Still
because
good.
I already know this store had the best price on Legion.
Because they jumped up. They went up to like 40.
Oh
45,
yeah, no, they
40,
did for a while.
45 for a minute. Even here, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. All right, gonna go ahead and give my score. Old Fashioned The Glenlivet 12-year-old double oak. I think it's a solid 4.1, 4.0. I was going back and forth between the two. I think it is right there with, for me anyway, On the Rocks. I don't know why, but I really enjoyed On the Rocks. This one here, still enjoy it as an old fashioned. It's a summer drink. Like it has the summer aspects to it. So I wouldn't say it's a full blown summer drink. It's not going to be like my go-to.
No.
But it's definitely, it's good during the summer.
I would agree with you. I gave it a 4.
Okay.
So I think it's, a nice drink, a nice old fashioned. Yeah, respectable. I like it. So
definitely a long ways from neat.
Mm-hmm.
I really got to say that.
Yeah, neat was a little rocky, but I mean it's our first Scotch.
Yeah. Which we got the Glenlivet Royale. I know we talked about it at the beginning of the episode.
I'm excited about that. We got, it seems like a nice, good summer drink. So
yeah, no, I think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's we got like an ounce and a half of the Glenlivet, and then we have half an ounce of the lemon juice. and the honey syrup or honey water, as they call it. And then, gosh, what was that? Almost 6 ounces of champagne or whatever it was.
I think it's 4.
Maybe no, 4 ounces. Yeah, it's like almost 4 ounces.
It's like just under 4, but it's 4.
So,
I'm putting 4.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna make that next. I'm actually excited. After everything with this whiskey tonight, I think that may be the best way to drink it. The Glenlivet Royale. So this is the specialty cocktail tonight, everybody, for the Glenlivet Double Oaked. It was this drink and literally the old fashioned was the other way, which the old fashioned tonight was pretty good, especially where it started off at. So neat 3.5 on the rocks, 3.9, and then 4.0 for old fashioned. So it's definitely come up quite a bit. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it
smells great.
Pretty lemony.
Yeah, I even got that like perfect lemon twist to the peel in there, so I was pretty stoked that I was able to do that.
I wasn't that cool. I got it basically like an old fashioned one.
Hey, cheers, man.
Cheers.
Wow.
Wow, that's really lemony. Good though. You get that lemony?
Yeah, but
really
wow. Okay. I actually enjoy that. Even with this whiskey, that half an ounce. I think it'd be perfect because I think that half an ounce would help calm down the champagne. Champagne always makes me feel weird. Like it gives me shit here. That's why I don't like it. But this is good.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of champagne.
But yeah, I definitely think, honestly, just add a little. I'm going to try that tomorrow, actually. Add just half an ounce to the whiskey. Leave everything else the same. So I think the whiskey will help calm down even the lemon taste and the champagne. So
yeah,
but this is really good.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. Not my favorite, that's for sure.
I would say definitely better than any of the ginger beers for me.
No way.
Yeah, ginger beer is just. Ugh.
Not for me, bro. I think I said a 3.8 because I kind of enjoyed the old fashioned a little bit more than this.
Okay, so honestly, I say specialty cocktail would just settle at a 4.0. I gave it a 4.3. I'm willing to go down just for our score wise.
We could go to a 4.1.
No, I'm dude. It's right in the middle.
Because, yeah, I mean,
I'm giving it.
I like it.
So let's just say 4.0. It's not going to affect the score, which we just did the score, everybody, and I kind of spoiled it. Overall score for this 3.8, which I think is respectable for this Scotch. Unfortunately, with the neat factor, I don't think it broke the 4.0, and it could with Coke. Maybe it's a phenomenal Scotch and Coke, but I'm not seeing it with that. But I've been doubting it ever since neat. I'll admit that I've been doubting this Scotch ever since. I don't know what it is about when it's whiskey or anything is not what I expect or as good neat. I really doubt it in almost every way possible.
Well, it was better on the rocks.
Yes, it was.
You know what's funny, dude? Legion we look back at our reviews, Legion starts out lower neat, and then it gets higher in the ice, on the ice, and then it gets higher on the coat, and then it gets just as high in the old fashioned.
But something we pointed out with Legion, it gets better as you drink it, and it doesn't matter which way you're drinking it. If you're drinking straight Coke and whiskey, it's getting better. Even me, there's been nights I've been sitting around the fire with the guys, just drinking that shit neat, and I don't know what it is with Legion, but every time I make a new glass, it's like, holy shit, this is such a good whiskey.
God, I gotta have some more of that.
It is.
I think you've had more than me at this point.
Oh, I'm sure. It was great. For me, anyways, I'm going to make another one tomorrow, easily, hands down. I'm going to do it with Legion. But, yeah.
I'm liking this drink. This drink was good.
We just reviewed the Glenlivet 12-year double oak. This is, again, 12-year-old whiskey, 40% alcohol. It's about $40 plus, somewhere give or take. In between there. It is a Scotch. It's our first Scotch, so look forward to that. We gave it 3.5 neat, 3.9 on the rocks, and 4.0 with old fashioned, which gave it an overall score of 3.8. And then we also did a specialty cocktail tonight called the Glenlivet Royale. I gave it a 4.3. Cody gave it a 3.8, but with blue collar whiskeys, we settled at a 4.0. So it is a pretty solid drink. Definitely recommend checking it out. Go to Glenlivet's website, look at the ingredients. I would even try it out with another whiskey. I thought it was pretty good, but I would definitely try it out with the Glenlivet first, see if you like it. I personally enjoyed it, and I know Cody did too. We were just, we were discussing like the ginger beer with Old Elk. He just was like, yeah, I think that one's slightly better, or I think that one was better. And I was pretty harsh on it just because of the ginger beer. So that's a whole nother deal. But for the Glenlivet, 4.3 for me, 3.8 for him, 4.0 for blue collar. I think that is solid. I think that is respectable for that. It doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. That's why the 3.8 is going to stay the same.
Yeah.
But Cody tonight is going to definitely be doing the whiskey or the Scotch and Coke. So expect an update on that. Maybe even.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a run.
I will do the same thing. It may be next week before I do it. So honestly, probably before our next episode. Which our next episode, Cody and I have been discussing, and as far as I know, and as long as he's cool with it, we will be doing a versus our next episode.
Yep. I think that's good. But I was talking to Kyle, and he wants to join us.
Oh. Okay.
So Kyle is one of my good friends. He's one of my better. He's going to be my officiant at my wedding. He's the best friends. He lived with me for a long time. He owns Prohibition Brewery with his family there, and
let's get him on. Let's definitely get him on.
A brewery. They make really good beer. They also have a really good restaurant, and he wants to join us. So,
okay.
We're probably going to have Kyle on. If not this following week, we'll do the verses if it doesn't work out. But
yeah, we're going to get back to the verses before we jump back to the bourbon. That's the only thing is everything we go to grab is bourbon. It's bourbon, everything here. Which is great. We love bourbon. When we were putting all of this into the spreadsheet, it was just
Bourbon.
So much bourbon, which is good. We have a lot to go off of, but I wanted to start getting more. That's why I wanted to get a Scotch, especially for the last thing for this book. We got a couple Irish whiskeys, we got bourbons, we got American whiskeys, we got ryes, all in this booklet. Might as well finish out with a Scotch. Unfortunately, we did not get it to a Japanese whiskey before the end of this, but we will get to that. That will be. I'm actually pretty excited to do a Japanese whiskey. I think that's going to be one that surprises both of us because it's been I would say about 3 years since I've had a Japanese whiskey.
I would say it's been 2 for me, for sure.
So, but yeah. Well, everybody, this was our first Scotch episode, the Glenlivet 12-year-old double oak. Go grab yourself a bottle. It is definitely worth a try, especially if you could get it in that $30 range to about $40 even, give or take in between there, about $5. So
yeah, definitely.
Go try it. Go try out their specialty cocktail. The Glenlivet Royale. I don't know why that keeps slipping my mind. So go check that out.
The Glenlivet Royale, right?
Yeah. But get yourself a bottle of whiskey, whether it's this Scotch or another one. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Have a good time. Enjoy these times with them. And make new memories and, stories that you're going to be telling people when you're older. That's pretty much what this is about. Like, I'm sure Cody and I, when we're fucking old men, or older men, we're going to be telling, our kids, just our experiences and telling them about this and everything else like that. And the stories that we could, we've created through this as far as visiting distilleries, things like that. And, it's an experience, but go grab yourself a bottle, enjoy it with somebody that you really care about and want to, share memories with and talk about shit. I just go do that. Have a good time.
Yeah. I mean, just like Robbie said, have a good time, good vibes, drink responsibly, everybody. Just take care and enjoy the time you have with the whiskey and your friends and cherish it, really. Time's short. You never know. So
you never know. Hey, cheers.